Hi everyone. I have a potato. This potato is a very special potato because it's kind of old. And oh, it's looking at me. Hey potato. This potato I have, it's probably very delicious if I cook it, but it's very old because it has these things growing off of the potato. Do you know what these things are called in English? They're called eyes. They can't actually see you, or can they? But in English, we have many foods that we describe with parts of the body. I'm going to tell you a joke that you're not going to think is funny until after the lesson, okay? So the joke is, why shouldn't you tell a secret on a vegetable farm? Okay, one more time. Why shouldn't you tell a secret on a vegetable farm? The answer is because potatoes have eyes, corn has ears, and beans talk. Not funny? It's funny. The reason is for this lesson. So, today I'm going to tell you about food that has body parts. Cool, stick with me, you'll get it. So, this is the end to the joke, just to help you the punchline. Potatoes have eyes, corn has ears, and beans talk. Beanstalk. So, let's get with the corn bit. When you buy a corn, they're uncountable, it comes in a wrapper, and we call this an ear of corn. I don't know why we call it an ear of corn. That's just the name of it. So, in the joke, potatoes have eyes, and ear is how we count the corn. So, we know that in English a lot of words are uncountable, but we can count how they're growing. So, for example, corn is uncountable, but we can count the ears of corn. We could have 10 ears of corn, but when we eat it, we just call it corn and it's uncountable. The same thing with lettuce and cabbage. Lettuce and cabbage are uncountable, but the way that we count them is we call them a head of lettuce or a head of cabbage. You can see by my wonderful picture, a head of lettuce. So lettuce has a head. Potatoes have eyes. And corn we count as an ear, the stalk. There's some crazy things going on in English. We have a kind of pasta that's very, very thin, and we call it angel hair. Oh, isn't that lovely? It's very, very thin spaghetti. We call angel hair pasta. There is a very popular sandwich. I don't like them, but they're popular. Open face. It sounds kind of gross. It's like, whoa, my open face sandwich. An open face sandwich just means that there's no bread on top. So is it a sandwich? So you get 2 pieces of bread, and you put all the ingredients on top, and you don't close it. So it's open face sandwich. All right, the next one, little heart there for you, is an artichoke heart. So, an artichoke, you might know, it's a vegetable, Supreme Court ruling vegetable. It's green and it kind of looks like a flower, but in English we call it an artichoke heart. It's very common in the Middle East and in the Mediterranean. You guys probably eat a lot of artichokes. Do you call them hearts in your country too? No, just us. Okay. The next one is this part of your arm. Do you know what this part of your arm is called? It's called an elbow. So, there's a kind of macaroni, like a pasta, that is an elbow macaroni. Interesting thing about Italian pasta is a lot of the pasta names are named after body parts. But it doesn't work in English. Like orchetta is ear, right? Yes, am I right? So interesting that Italian people would name pasta after body parts. So the elbow is a kind of macaroni. if you guys are living in Canada or America, we have something called craft dinner. And that is an example of elbow macaroni. It doesn't even look like an elbow. Elbow macaroni looks basically like a tube. I get it. It's a stretch. It's not that specific, but I get it. The next one of my favorites, and really funny too, is chicken fingers. I think that if you've watched lessons before, you know that I've told you that chickens don't have fingers. They have legs and feet. But we have a delicious food called chicken fingers. We also have finger foods. It's like our fingers are hungry and they're like, please give me something to eat. I'm dying here. But finger foods are little snacks or appetizers that we simply eat with our fingers. And then we have finger sandwiches. So it's not really a sandwich. You're not actually eating a finger again, unfortunately. Finger sandwiches are just one sandwich that's cut into slices. So you guys know a normal, regular, everyday sandwich kind of looks like this. And we cut it like this so it resembles fingers. Cool. Let's move on to a little bit more X-rated part of the finger food, shall we? We have a kind of oranges that are called navel oranges. Navel is the spot in your body. It's also called one of my favorite words, belly button. So, a navel is where the umbilical cord was attached when you were a child. So we have navel oranges. If you look at the orange, it looks like it has a belly button. Then we have nuts. So, gentlemen, you guys have nuts, girls don't. And we also have meatballs and chocolate balls. So in English, the word for testicles is nuts or balls, so we can say chocolate balls or meatballs. We also have a wiener or a sausage. Wiener and sausage is slang for the men's penis. So if somebody says to you, do you like wieners? Yeah, if someone says that to Ronnie, Ronnie laughs because that's wieners. You mean hot dogs, right? And the last one, buns. You might know this word as ass or bum, but buns are slang for our ass. And buns are kind of a cool little thing here. If you get a hot dog or a hamburger, we don't call the bread just bread, we call it a bun. So we have a hot dog bun or we have a hamburger bun. This is a hamburger bun. And this is, I guess it really doesn't resemble our ass, but a hot dog bun, it's gonna look like this, and then we put the hot dog inside. Again, a bun. Yeah, my drawings are pretty good. Thank you, artists. Yes, if you guys would like some original art drawn by me, just contact engVid.com and give me some money. I'll draw you a personal picture of my buns. It'll be great. Poppy seed buns. I hope you've enjoyed eating some finger foods and some assorted body parts. The next time you're on lunch duty, tell me what they are in your country. And the last one, beanstalk. So if you guys look at this one, this is two words that we've put together. A beanstalk. Beanstalk is the plant that which beans grow out of. So if you're growing beans, they come up like this and they grow in little pods here. But the stick or the thing they grow off of is called a stalk. But if you say it really quickly or if you separate it, it sounds like beans talk. So now the joke is funny. Okay, now you can tell your friends And they're not gonna laugh, but why shouldn't you tell a secret on a vegetable farm? Because potatoes have eyes, corn has ears, and beans talk.